So let's go over the information we do have.
As you all know, recently there's been a string of murders. We have reason to believe that these murders are connected in some way.
5 days ago, Mario Reyes, a servant to George Gonzalez, owner of GG Wine Company, was found practically dead inside one of the many vineyards owned by the company.
Not long after, several more servants of Gonzalez were discovered badly beaten and bruised, almost to the point of death. Unfortunately, they are too injured to be interrogated by force.
However, it seems as if that wasn't the end of the trauma. The body of George's own son, Ian Gonzalez, was discovered outside of the same vineyard where we found the hurt Reyes.
Most of the tenants resisted arrest and were killed by law enforcers.
Is all of this a coincidence? We hope to find out. Good afternoon, I'm Detective Turner.
And I'm Detective Willis. Hope you don't mind if we ask you a few questions.
Not at all. I just want to find who did this to my son.
Well then, let's get down to business.
When was the last time you saw your son?
Yesterday morning around 10 o'clock, I think.
I hear there have been some, shall I say, issues between you and your tenants.
You could say that. I mean, for the last several weeks, my tenants and I have been in disagreement about their wages. I mean, they're on strike and they tell me that they want my vineyard to themselves as payment.
Don't you have vineyards to spare?
Okay, it was a tough year and we lost half of our profit this year. Besides, it's one of my favorites.
I see. Why did you decide to send your son? Especially after one of your servants ended up almost dead. Would you like a tissue?
No, I'm fine. I sent my son because I believe that since he was my son, they would respect him more than just a servant.
Why didn't you just get the authorities involved at first?
I thought about that, but I didn't want to cast a bad light on my company and on my son, who was soon to take over my position as CEO of GG1.
Thank you for your time.
We're sorry for your loss.
Good afternoon, I'm Detective Willis. This is my partner, Detective Turner. We're going to ask you a few questions, so we expect that you'll answer truthfully.
What exactly happened between you and Mr. Ian Gonzalez on Wednesday, September the 1st?
We will find out one way or another, so we expect you to be honest.
Okay, you know what? I didn't do it. I swear. It was one of the other tenants. I mean, they're jealous of Mr. Gonzalez and his son. I mean, why would they not want his inheritance? They told me a plan to beat up and scare off some of George's servants. But I had no idea it would turn into something more.
Please continue.
Well, you know, around 7, maybe Wednesday morning, a group of us met at the vineyard entrance and waited to see who would come next.
And?
When we saw Ian Gonzalez coming towards us, we were all shocked. Why would George send his son after what we had already done? One of the other tenants, Joan Olafson, suggested that we take our strike a step further. Before I could stop them, Ian was gone.
So you had nothing to do with it? That seems a little hard to believe.
I assure you, if you are lying to us, we will find out.
I admit it. It was my plan all along. I regret nothing. No!
I think we found our culprit.
I think so. Justice has been served!
and explain the parable. So even though this was already kind of in a real life situation, we can still apply the parable to ourselves.
Like, what does it mean? Well, first we're going to explain what Jesus meant for it in his time.
So the tenants would be like Israel, like including the Pharisees and all the children of Israel and the teachers of the law and stuff.
Yeah, the servants would be God's prophets, like ending with John the Baptist. He'd be the last one when he was killed. And the son, of course, was Jesus.
So like the Pharisees eventually succeeded in their mission to kill Jesus, so they were the tenants who were killing the son. It just says tenants to the son. God responded, who's the Father, in return by turning his favor away from Israel and to the Christian church, which would be the Gentiles.
What does this parable mean to us now, though? How can we apply it to an everyday situation in our lives? Well, we were thinking that all of us are going to be in college soon. I mean, most of us...
Ronnie Boca, please come to the office.
right now. Can we do that? All of us will be in college soon, or most of us will. Or we all will soon.
Hopefully.
And if we don't go to a Christian college,
Which most of us probably won't.
that's true, most of us probably won't, we'll have to face the issue of professor or a teacher or someone, classmates, not having the same faith as us and not sharing our beliefs. And we'd also be in a classroom full of unbelievers, and we may be the only one.
Yeah, we may be the only chance that they would hear God's word. So we would be like the servants, similar to God's prophets. We would like bring the faith into the classroom,
And
which would be like the world or like the vineyard.
And often they'll come and like beat us up, figuratively. They will
tear us down.
Exactly. Try
And
to
like
make us
especially the professor might
pick on us, especially like more than anyone else, and make our lives really difficult and hard to deal with.
So they'd be like the tenants.
But then we have to remember the Son and how Jesus came and how he was killed by people like them for us. So what we're suffering now is nothing compared to what Jesus suffered for us.
Yeah. So that's our parable and the application and the meaning.